Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Ma'am Anissa Astrid as our lecturer in subject Teaching and Learning Evaluation and my beloved friends. Hi everyone, we are from group 7 and now we are going to present our material. That question is given by our lecturer. Okay, first I will introduce you my member group. My name is Masayu and the other are Delfina, Inton, and Nur Laila. Okay, the first slide will be explained by me. The difference between objective and subjective tests. What is the meaning of objective and subjective tests? Objective tests. Vyasna and Jurs 1990 said that the objective tests are items that can be objectively score items on which person select a response from the list of options. Subjective tests are open-ended questions where candidates are expected to explain their answer for a given question. Subjective question, candidates to write essay-type answers, provide definition, scenario, or their opinion in plain text. Next, objective versus subjective test. Objective tests have short answer, close response, mostly recognition, difficult to write well, quick and easy to grade, reliable. From objective is focused on information that is factual and based on observation and measurement. Subjective tests have long answers, open response, emphasis on production, relatively easy to write, difficult to grade, time-consuming, iterator reliability, not as reliable, work post-test. Subjective is focused on information that is based on personal opinion, judgment, feeling, or the point of view. General purpose. Testing student knowledge or comprehension, diagnosis to the student weakness and strengths. Objective test. Evaluating the effectiveness of syllabus, the methods and material that he or she using to test structure, vocabulary, comprehension and sound. Subjective test. Checking on factual and procedural knowledge, providing objective measurement of student achievement, providing highly reliable test scores, providing scoring, efficiency and accuracy. Okay, next, types of objective tests. First, analogical. The tests are skilled in the objective tests are reading and listening. Analogical is relating or based on analogy. A reasoning test in which the subject is required to supply the missing term in a relationship of the A to B is Y. Multiple choice or objective response is from an objective assessment which response are asked to select only correct answer from the choice offered as a list. Third, true or false is variously said of the question that must be answered as correct or incorrect. Fourth, matching. Matching is pair items in one column to items in another column. The number of items in each column doesn't have to be equal because you can reuse answer and add unmatched answer choice. Fifth, fill in the blank, to put information into blank space to provide missing information. 6. Sentence completion. Text require an individual to provide the final word to a series of sentences. The types of subjective tests. First, essay writing. Second, short answer question. Third, checklist. Fourth, composing writing. 5. Opinion question. The skill or tests, speaking and writing. Characteristic of objective test. It is so definite and so clear that single definite answer is expected. It is answer perfect objectively in scoring. It is can be scored objectively and easy. It takes less time than to answer than essay test. Of subjective tests is subjective items are generally easier and less time consuming to construct than are more objective test item. Different readers can rate identical response differently. The same reader can rate the same paper differently over time. Two example objective tests in analogical question and then subjective test in short answer question. The next material will be presented by
My name is Inton from PBI2. So now I would like to explain about the differences between reference to norms and reference to criteria in determining the interval scores for the students. Okay, the first, for the norm reference assessment, is to rank students based on test achievement scores. For example, scores are given as a rank and based on the average score of the class. So next, about Criterion reference assessment is to measure the skills and knowledge that a student has mastered based on direct guidance. Okay, for example, student scores are given as a percent. If a student gets all questions right, that is 100%. Okay, next is about a norm reference test would different from a criterion reference test in the number of students tested. So, the first, norm reference test usually assess a large number of students. And for the criterion reference, usually assess a smaller number of students. Okay, next, norm reference tests take a longer time to develop. In this test, take a longer period of time for the students to complete as well. Okay, for the criterion reference tests are not as long as your norm reference test. These tests usually last only about a class period. Okay, next, for the norm reference assessment are developed or large scale compared to criterion. They are often developed on a state or national level. For the criterion reference tests can be developed individually. They are mostly created by the classroom teacher.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay friends, first let me introduce myself to you. My name is Nur Laila, and in this opportunity I will answer the question number 3, that is the differences aspect of correctness and appropriacy in scoring the test. Friends, correctness and appropriacy is criteria used to score the test too, and actually we have already know the kinds of criteria used to score the test in the previous slide that explained and answered by my friends. And now let me answer the question about differences aspect of correctness and appropriacy in scoring the test. Okay friends, actually this criteria is used to test the productive skills, and maybe some of you know about productive skills, but maybe also some of you don't know about productive skills. And here I will give you a short explanation about productive skills. Friends, productive skills are speaking and writing, because learners doing this need to produce language, and they are also known as active skills, while reading and listening, they are receptive skills. Okay, or we can say that passive skills, because we can see receptive, it means that we just receive We just receive what we read and what we listen. We just receive, but active skills, but speaking and writing, we are doing something. Okay, correctness and appropriacy. This criteria is used to the test that productive skills. For more detail, let's go to the example. The first is correctness. Okay friends, if we score the speaking and writing skills term of correctness, it means that refers to linguistic correctness. For example, the first speaking. It means that refers to the correctness of pronunciation, the correctness of intonation, the correctness of the way we pronounce the word or sentence, the correctness of the way we pronounce the intonation of the word or sentence. And then in writing, the correctness of grammar, something like that. And then let's go to the next slide. Appropriacy. Okay friends, if we talk about contextual appropriateness, it means that the criteria of scoring is determined by the context where we use the skills. For example, in speaking, expression of addressing someone. There are some titles of addressing someone, such as Mr., Mrs., Miss, and so on. Then we have to score the way to address, for example, which attach to the name, like Mr. Joko Widodo. So usually in Indonesia culture, we just refer Mr. as Bapak. Actually, there is culture message reflected in the title of addressing Mr. So we have to score whether our students have already the word Mr. appropriately by considering the cultural aspect, the context where the language is used. So Mr. should be attached with the second name, or I think the last name, because the second name refers to the family name. It is same as writing. For addressing someone, use Mr. or Mrs. and then the person's last name. Okay friends, I think that's all for my answer, my explanation today. Thanks for your attention, and the next question will be answered by Delfina. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, my name is Delfina. I will continue the presentation. So today I'm going to answer and explain about the question number 4, the differences between artificial and authentic tests. Okay, let's talk about the artificial test first. Okay, artificial test is the kind of test which still specify to specific skills. For example, reading test only, speaking test only, listening test only, and writing test only. And it seems not natural, but there is the benefit of artificial tests. That is, we can measure the actual performance for each skills. Meanwhile, the authentic test is personalized, natural, and flexible, relevant to the student's level of difficulty, skills, and also abilities. And that we can conclude that authentic test is the kind of test which integrates 4 skills such as reading, speaking, writing, and listening. And usually, the authentic test is made based on the context or the. Okay, I think that's all. So sorry for many mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.